Page 7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one God beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one God beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one God beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate, with pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Thus free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one God, to thusness I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, or devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community attending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha. To all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, and all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seen, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protectors heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heat, heard like cloud. O Losandrapa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, supreme merit, feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom I seize, full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and in vision offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns, made life essenceful. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Losangdrapas essential teachings specially shine forever. Migme se wei ter chen chen raising, Tribe kien pei wang po jang pel yang, Dukung ma lu jang se zang wei da, Tang chen ke pei sun gen song kao fa, Lo sang dra pei shabla so wa dem. O glorious and precious fruit guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the blessed dwelling in Rajagriha and Bochi Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior of Kishore, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Arkishvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child do lineage trained who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Arkishvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, Reply, who just follows. Share Puja, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wish to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form.
Form is not other than emptiness.
In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Sharaputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase.
Therefore, Sharaputra,
In emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue,
no body,
no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no eye element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no
cessation of ignorance,
so forth up to no aging and death and no cessation.
of aging and death.
Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation and death. No exalted wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sharaputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times, by relying upon the perfection of wisdom,
Become manifest and complete Buddhas in
the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate para, samgate bodhisattva. Sharaputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound
perfection of wisdom.
Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said, Clear out, Kishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being. Well said, O child, the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and as the Bhagavatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Sharaputra, the superior of Kishara, the Bodhisattva,
The great being,
and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others,
were filled with adoration and highly praised what has been spoken by the Blessed One.
In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners and their children, homage to the hosts of the three places Dakinis. Tayata Om Gate Para Samgate Bodhisattva. Through the power of the truth exalted three jewels speech, and all on the side of negativity such as the four Mars, may they become non-existent, may they become obstructors and hindrances, Shanti Kuriya Swaha. The 80,000 types of instructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions, may all be conducive and perfect to auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Sashi Bhakti Jushing Rei Fong Tramri Raling Ji Nike Kempadi San
badu dagi kyapsuji, dagi chunzun ke pesonanke, jola venture sange dropasho. Chodam soke chonam la, janchu badu dagi kyapsuji, dagi chunzun ke pesonanke, jola venture sange dropasho. Chodam soke chonam la, janchu badu dagi kyapsuji, dagi chunzun ke pesonanke, jola venture sange dropasho.
Okay, good evening. It's cold, it's chilly, is snow coming? No, right? I hope not. Not, we're not allowed to say snow, okay? We're not allowed to hear that. Anyway, I want to open this book, page 123. 123. 123. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Do you have? Yeah. Yeah. Middle. 123. Usually we say, think about others, do meditation, bodhicitta, we say all the times. Right? Sometimes we recite some verses, then through them, the verses, then we do meditation, think about it's much better. Therefore, I like to see for a second, then maybe, just as I have follow into the sea of Sri Samsara. Can you read this sentence?
Just as I fall into the sea of samsara, so have all other migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train and supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings.
Yeah, this is composable Lama Tsongkhapa. This is how you develop bodhicitta. Usually, when you recite these verses again and again, then not just, when you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, you're looking at the phone, Om Mani Padme, there's some news, someone doing something. You don't much feeling, right? It's for everyone, and all of us. Also, I do sometimes I do pray, look at the phone, pray, look at the phone. Therefore, it's that kind of practice, it doesn't much change our mind, because we don't really focus. Look, this kind of verses suggest you really research your verses, to think about the meaning. It's very good for meditation, for any kind. Therefore, even you meditation just 2 minutes, 3 minutes is enough. Don't need 2 hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes. You do 20 minutes, you before sleep. Just we say just few minutes more, few minutes more, few minutes more. Therefore, the Ranya Suso long watch same as me, as I am follow into the sea of samsara. Are you guys samsara? Are you sure? Not enlightened? Not yet? Anyway, we recognize samsara then we experience samsara. Like example, another example. If you have choice, some place do you go, some place you stay. You can always choose best one, right?
Sure.
If you have no choice, you just stay there. You have no choice. But if there's choice, you can go to good location. If your choice. If your choice to go restaurant, work on restaurant, work on food, you always try to best one. Cheap, good quality, delicious food. Are you guys like that? Right? Yeah, good quality, cheap, healthy food. But it's not easy. If very cheap, food is not good quality. Right? It's expensive. Maybe food is very, how you say, healthy, tasty, but very expensive. Anyway, therefore, if we have some choice, we try to do the best one, any kind, everywhere. Right? Therefore, do we have choice to better life? What do you think? To rebirth the better life. This life is already been. We already human being. We already getting. We are not younger than 20 years, right? Therefore, we are already human beings. We already that we cannot change different ways. We already here. The future. Do you think we have able to change? Right? We can do better. Yes?
Because I've also been thinking about this, I wonder in my own life, in making changes, some things are still very hard for me. What I find is I've come here and feel happier, but still some situations are still the
Yep.
same.
Yeah.
So then I don't know, I've forgotten what I was looking for.
Therefore, we already the human beings and the citizens of the United States here, most of us, is already here. You already family members. We cannot change much. That way. But we can change our thing. Lot things start come from our own mind. We can change their thought. We can change our life. Because some people come here, they say, I'm better now. I'm much better now. We didn't do anything. Right? We didn't change, okay, put this tool here, change that tool. Operation, we didn't do that. Because you come here, the lesson, the teachings, then you thinking, you change your own mind. Therefore, you're a better person. If someone can change your mind, someone can change your things, then Buddha said, no, we cannot do that. It's not possible. Because we just show how you cook. You have to cook. Like that. Therefore, we are here, sometimes we are very successful, everything is perfect, sometimes very terrible things happen every day, day by day. We not choice to do like that, but that we are not choice, it's happen. Because we already create the karma, then with the condition that this happen. It's not just us, everyone. You're famous, you're powerful, you're rich, you're homeless, doesn't matter. Everyone has some small, big, medium problems everywhere. Therefore we say, do you have any challenges these days? Are you guys okay? No, we have read, everyone has, some situations. something we not expect something happen all the time. Therefore, we are not very happy place. We say, I am perfect human rebirth, but this body is samsara. This body is a perfect human rebirth, that is still samsara. Therefore, Ranyo Suzo Longwa Chinda means, whatever I've experienced, what I'm looking for, what I'm not wanting things, it's the same as all Mother Samchin beings. Therefore, I wish to all Mother Samchin beings to free from all their situation. Therefore, I want to achieve enlightenment. I want to develop bodhicitta. This is the meaning of the verses. Is it like that? Or I just explain different way, complete, totally different. But this is hard. My English, I can excuse my English. My English translated for you commentary these verses. The Shantideva say, if you don't, even you don't have dreams your own suffering, you cannot think about others. It's just you lie. Therefore, first you experience your own suffering, your own situation, then you can change others. Okay, same as others also like that. We don't want like that. I wish for all them to free from like that. Okay? Therefore, now you can looking at the verses, then close your eyes, just a couple minutes, think about a meditation like this. This is how you develop bodhicitta. Okay? You don't have to read loud. Just, you go to eyes a couple times, then you can close your eyes, try to the meaning, think about your mind, the meditation, how you develop, or you wish to, I want to develop my bodhicitta, okay? Now you can slowly come up. Then sometimes you gom jave kabla yandere. Devtena lowe kabla 아니 측된데 즉섬라 펜보 들어나 아니 측대 롤섬 아니 디 갑곰잖아 십 펜보셔 버려.
And so sometimes when you're reading through the prayers, and if you come across this kind of verses, then it will be good to memorize that verse and then contemplate on that, to meditate on it.
아니 계속 측롤섬 맞으면 아니 디 대나들 롤섬 아니 대 곰잡나 펜보여래.
So even if you are not able to memorize the verse or the word, if you can just remember the meaning and then meditate on that meaning.
그래서 저도 용대 소수 냠랜다 안데도 앞에나 야나마 샹치고 생고 야마나 지금 저와 못 답했고 야마나 레전드가 고 야마나 지 신이 던서 거든데 즉 너무 삼삼 두고도 와.
So any kind of verses that is related with your practice, like the practice on good devotion, the perfect maneuver, death and impermanence, common law, cause effect, bodhicitta, compassion, whatever verse that you come across that is related with your practice, then focus on that verse or memorize that, and then try to think the meaning of that word and meditate on that.
Okay. 그래서 텐데지 semla pena 교르친도 바나 안 소수고 곰자야 돼. 내 기원을 용 거래.
So if you find that kind of verse, and then use that to do the meditation, then it will become more effective, due to your practice.
Okay. 다시 된다. 남조니 아니 가로. 다 주제 보면 제듯이 두고 나네. 베데닝이 도저는 봐. 사와시베 아니 지금. 아니 문도제기 제자. 딱 문도지다 그러와. 아니 다 되게 제자 서거나 만도 되게 시야 때 당어도 마시고 요 말이지.
And so we're going to be talking about the 70th topic, which is the the topics of the Ornament of Clear Realization, by Buddha Maitreya, which explains the teachings of the perfection of wisdom, sutra. And so the implicit teachings of the of the bodhicitta, in implicit teaching of the bodhicitta, and then explicit teaching of the emptiness.
다 강들 안엔도죠. 다 자외게 지금이로 가르쳐나 아니 상제 공부도 해치들이스.
So the aim for doing all these studies and practice, is to achieve enlightenment, full enlightenment.
아니 상제 공부 토발라 아니 감서 냠련된 안 된다고 제고 그래 상도 잡고 그래서.
And so in order to achieve the state of full enlightenment, we have to do such and such kind of practices.
아니 대난이 다 냠는 거 아니 참봤음 감도 잡고도 왔어.
And so among them, the main the three knowers.
대난이 변하다 남체된 데는 다두체 대토발라 지시 남체도고 남체도발라 지시도 박는다고 그래서.
And so the knower of all aspect, is the result, right? And in order to achieve that result, the knower of all aspect, first you have to, have the knower of the path, and in order to have the knower of the path, you have to have a knower of basis.
아니 텐데는 참봤음데 아니 소수절라 제와라 디지 대톱제가 요정 고그래서.
And in order to achieve these three knowers, within one's continuum, one has to practice the four applications or the four preparations for achieving those three knowers. So last time we talked about the three knowers, right? So we have already talked about the three knowers. Now we are on the first of the four applications, the application of all aspect. Complete aspect. And so in the text, the Ornament of Clear Realization, we have already gone through the first three chapters, the first chapter 1, 2, and 3. And so just that whole book, is the commentary, to the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization.
No,
So this is by Chokyi Gyaltsen.
Yeah.
And this ornament, the first chapter, of the Ornament of Clear Realization, That's the commentary to that. So there's the general meaning of that. And this is one kind. There are so many different others, composed by different masters.
단데 아니 갑시와 나와 두paddom바 제와스문데 와레스 갑시와 나와 두pan dom바 제와스문데 와
시왕하고
두paddom바 제와여서 말하지
이거에서
제와지 말하지
이거를 깜다 못 치더래.
근데 갑시와 메자리
깜시 와지고 그래.
그래
시와지고 있는데.
말까 숨바 시와 나와 두pa 갑 두pa지 아니 갑 나와지 갑시와.
So the text that Geshe has, this like that, the one that I was talking about, the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization is about that size. But this one is actually the Shiva.
시와 나와 두paddom바 말이지.
So it's the fourth Shiva measured.
메자리 도저 말이.
So the fourth chapter, is very long and it's divided into two, like the
마마 시와라도 메자리. 갑 시와 콜랩스도 메자사다. 갑 시와 메자지기 그러.
네네네.
도저 담보로.
당분이 무슨 뭐야?
야, 담보니 바니.
Sorry. So the first first three chapters, and are like the upper part, and then the lower part is the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So this one includes the commentary of all the chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Therefore, there are 가서 FM 되게 그리고 자와 가서 자와 자당 앞줄라래 지금이야 자당 로스음랑도 왔어 내도 없음이었다.
So Deborah, you saw last time there's email from the IPMT, right? Saying how many monks memorize how much text. So this is like the whole book they have memorized.
It's one.
In 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year. Maybe not 1 year, just a couple years. There is 아니 다른 내 깔리카드 말다스 깔리카드 말이지. 가지기 상주 된거 자동 걸로 섬도.
So this is not the hardest one. There were I think 1 or 2 monks only who memorized the all 5 treatises of Maitreya. You saw that? All the 5 treatises of Maitreya. Yeah.
Did they remember it?
Huh?
Do you remember them?
Yeah, remember the whole book.
But then you memorize it, but then you remember it.
Yeah, so you memorize, you can read the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you recite, just like you have memorized, the refuge and bodhicitta prayer. Yeah, they have memorized like that. So they don't have to look in the text to read it.
Yeah.
Some are even very smart. They can even remember the page number.
Yeah.
And then they will quote, say that, oh, such and such said, that, and in that page number, on the lower part of that page, or upper part of that page, or the middle of that page.
Yeah.
When the picture showed them writing, so they write the whole thing?
Yeah. 내가 있는 것도 롤 내고 대상 다 가지 좀 소도스. 미 가지가 누시 쪼거다. 이게 가요는 난 누시 가지 로도 그래. 근데 다 아니 용무들 다 태워버렸어. 그것도 집어당 그랬어. 아니 장하게 변나 소리는 내내 디버린다 디버라데. 저와데 고타 되게 슈트 되게 디버라도 그 태워버렸어. 바라데.
그 page 가운데.
또 배가 가고 가는 매 집어당 당으로 와.
Yeah. So before they used to turn around and then read like that. And now this is that's kind of some people can still read, right? When you turn on the other side, from the top to the bottom, you can usually top to the bottom on this side, right? So when you go look at that side, you can still read it. And so they used to do like that, but now they said even that is like too easy, and so they will ask to be right, and to write it, and they'll ask a question, and then from which page to which page does it have the answer?
You have to write down. Anyway, okay. I also memorize this one. I memorized all of them. No, I forgot. It's very easy. 간제 된데자 아니 딱 무도지 깝제간다 깝시 와다 깔레 카쇼 그래서 깔레 카쇼.
So the fourth chapter, is the most difficult one in the Ornament of Clear Realization, or among all the 8 chapters of the Ornament of Clear Realization.
아니 대나게 제쇼들에서.
And also it's the most, it's the longest one.
된데자 당가존데 이제 잡나 딱 모두 하고 말이야. 차단도 시작 매생아도 마치 록 전에 뒤바로 때때던 시작이 있어.
And so we're not going to go through all of that, so we're just going to go through a little bit of it.
가다를 다 네가 깨라 바찬 줘 봐. jel라 절런 좀 와서 내가도 땐데 그랬어.
And so this, of course, just by reading through it, even if you don't understand, you'll definitely leave a positive imprint, and also leave an imprint, to of the language itself, and also it, will help to receive blessings in your mind stream.
다 나진 게다 네가 시에도 다 상주소대 가는 것도 시에 봐. 상주소대 시에 그랬어.
And so this is mainly explaining the seven, those 37 branches of enlightenment.
지다 상주소대 세대 땅간도 남바 용족이 냠네 터모 자되게 그래. 내내내 냠네 조지 자게 그랬어.
So these 37 branches of enlightenment, is one of the main practice of Buddhism, and practiced by all tradition of Buddhism, like the Theravadins and Mahayana Buddhism.
대다 내때 대백이 단대 냠네 조지 나게 그랬어.
And especially the Theravadin tradition, they follow this as their main practice.
어떻게 진짜 내마 아니 상주소대 시에 그래. 다 나진 게 아니 파신 쥐시에 그래. 다 나진 게 아니 산지가 고송도 연대도 마시에 그랬어.
And so this will explain the 37 branches of enlightenment, and also to explain about the 10 perfections, and also will explain the qualities, the excellent qualities of the Buddha's body, speech, and mind, or the 4 different bodies of the Buddhas.
오케이. 오케이. 다 가던 가도 논도 좋아 이게 곧 왔대 시에 봤을 때도 했어. nom도 좋아서 돼.
So this one, the complete aspect application, we talked about that a little bit earlier in the beginning. Do you remember?
nom도 좋은 투시 취가세요.
How many topics do this 4th chapter has? I mean, the 4th chapter, right?
하나 대투시. 아니 nom도 좋은 투시지.
Yeah.
어디 야 지지 다드나 다저 담보도 잠남 lok쇼다. 담보도 차다 lok쇼스라. 내가 쇼카시도.
Okay, so there are a few pages just on the first topic. So let's read that whole thing. The first topic, okay? No aspect of the antidote class indicated in this context. And it's the context and the definition of no aspect of the antidote class indicated in this context. We don't know what that is. I will do quick. When divided, there are 3: no aspect, that is no basis; no aspect, that is no path; and no aspect, that is an exalted no of all aspects. It is said the instance of the no basis known as aspects are the characteristics, because there are 3 types of external. They are exerted to be of 3 types. When no aspects, that is no of basis, is divided, there are 37. Of the unshakable. There are 4 for each of the first 3 truths, and the first basis to the northwest, but it is none of them basis. It is said from the aspect of the known and the season of the unshakable. They are explained as 4 with respect to each of the first 3 truths, as 15 as respect to the path. When no aspect and there is no path is the result, true suffering, the true cessation, upon which no aspect, that is no other path, is based, may have respectively 8, 7, 5, and 15. It is said cause and path and the sufferings and the cessation are said to have 8, and 5, and 15 respectively. There are 110 no aspects that are the exalted no of all aspects. There are 37 also similar to the existing in here. 34 aspects that are an exalted no of all aspects similar to those existing bodhisattvas. And 39 aspects that are exalted no of all aspects are uncommon. It is said from the close placement of mindfulness throughout the aspect of Buddha, when divided into the 3 exalted knowers of all in accordance with the power and path. for learners, bodhisattvas, and Buddhas respectively. 37, 34, and 39 are exerted. The 37 aspects that are exalted know of aspects similar to those existing in hearers are included in 7 groups. 4 close refers to the path that thoroughly investigates objects in the continuum of the Buddha superior. Close placements of the mindfulness on body, close placement on the mindfulness of feeling, close mindfulness on the mind, the close placement of the mindfulness on phenomena. 4 truth abandoning refers to the path arises through the effort, the truth abandonment that is non-agreement of the then through the abandonment that is the abandoning of the non-virtue already generated. The thorough abandoning that is generated of the virtue not yet generated, and the thorough abandoning that is increasing of virtue already generated. 4 legs of magical manifestations refers to a path of thorough application in meditative stabilization. The leg of magical manifestation of aspiration, the leg of magical manifestation of effort, the leg of magical manifestation of intention, and the leg of magical manifestation of analysis. 5 powers refers to the power that prepares for clear realization. The power of the faith, the power of the effort, the power of mindfulness, the power of meditative stabilization, and power of wisdom. 5 forces refers to the power that connects with the clear realization. The force of faith, the force of effort, the force of mindfulness, the force of meditative stabilization, and the force of wisdom. 7 branches of enlightenment refers to the power of clear realization. The branch of enlightenment of correct mindfulness, the branch of enlightenment of correct discrimination of phenomena, the branch of enlightenment of the correct effort, the branch of enlightenment of the correct joy, the branch of enlightenment of correct immanency, the branch of enlightenment of correct meditative stabilization, and the branch of enlightenment of correct equanimity. 8-fold paths of the superiors refers to the path of definite deliverance, correct view, correct investigation, correct speech, correct aim of action, correct livelihood, correct effort, correct mindfulness, and correct meditative stabilization. The 34 aspects that are the exalted know of aspects similar to those existing in the Bodhisattva are included in 6 groups. 3 paths of antidotes in the continuum of the Buddha superior. The 3 aspects of the 3 doors of liberation: emptiness, lightness, and switchlessness. 3 paths of manifestation, liberation of the embodied looking at the form, liberation of the formless looking at form, and the liberation of the beautiful. The 5 paths that abide in happiness and in the present truth. The possession, the path that abide in happiness in the life, and the of cessation. 9 supramundane paths and terminologically in the continuum of superior. 4 absorptions and of concentration, the 4 formless absorptions and 4 of exertions. Abandonment, the 4 characteristics not associated with the including 10 part of the Buddhahood, the 10 perfections, the 6 perfections such as generosity and so forth, and method, power, prayer, and exalted wisdom. 9 aspects of the know of all aspects that are uncommon are included in 7 groups. 10 powers, the power which is an exalted knower of the knowledge of the various intention. The power which is an exalted knowledge of the superior and inferior faculties. The power which is an exalted knowledge of paths that persist everywhere. The power which is the exalted knowledge of the thoroughly afflicted and completely pure. The power which is an exalted knowledge of the death, migration, and rebirth. And the power which is an exalted knowledge of the association and communication. 4 fearlessness. Fearlessness with respect to the exertion that lions adornment. Fearlessness with respect to the exertion that oneself has realization. Fearlessness with respect to the exertion of what are others' objects to be abandoned. And fearlessness with respect to the exertion of the individual. 4 individual correct knowledges. Individual correct knowledge of doctrine, individual correct knowledge of deen, individual correct knowledge of the definite work, and individual correct knowledge of self-assurance. 18 unsure Buddha. Behaviors. Not having mistaken bodily behavior, not having senseless chatter, not having decrease in mindfulness, not having non-equipoise of mind, not having discrimination of differences, and not having differences and not investigation into it. 6 unshared realizations, not having a decrease in aspiration, not having decrease in effort, not having a decrease in mindfulness, not having a decrease in meditative stabilization, not having a decrease in wisdom, and not having degeneration of liberation. 3 unshared enlightened activities. Enlightened physical activities are preceded by the exalted wisdom and non-wisdom. Enlightened verbal activities are preceded by exalted wisdom and followed by exalted wisdom. And enlightened mental activities are preceded by exalted wisdom and followed by exalted wisdom. 3 unshared exalted wisdom. Enlightened path. Unimpeded future. Unimpeded regarding the present. Aspect of the meanness, aspect of the reason, aspect of Buddha. The boundaries of the aspects of the zone of all the aspects, they exist only on the Buddha ground.
Okay. You path to my reading. Huh? Do you understand? Huh? Good. Tate ngado taman de shijana ngado lochi ngo uriswa. Sama jamu gochi.
So you'll have to memorize this for the next week.
Homework.
Just like that. You can still come.
I'll try, but I can't do it, I think. The numbers seem like they would make it easier, but the numbers are easy to forget too.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
Just kidding. No, you don't have to memorize.
The number and I don't know. What things are,
That's just
Tan
kidding.
digi tiru jayade nondo jawala jada chubde was jaduncho.
Jadunju.
Ro.
Ro? Jadunju.
Karo.
Jadunju mare.
Jaji tuida pena jada cho tigala ane nishu tabde somcho sorushi jada kadreso.
You something some sort of
Nishu tabde somcho soru jada cho kadre.
Dinsani.
Nujideni.
Dinsani. Jadunju.
Oda te shede gordenma.
So anyway, so there's the complete aspect application. We talk about this like 172. 173. Then this is awesome.
Yeah. Chedi number the go me share some nondo jodi tena tela jada jatsa some sado te sono ni te pana yese. Imba. Nondo jodi seni. Oda tig jada jatsa some.
Kala there's like another the sandan ko sha da.
내 산dom도 깨면 내
So
산dom이
sandan 상게 sakha나요.
원래 대 산dom도 무게 오고 산지가 있는데 내 차나라고 말다.
알레레. 그래.
차산라고 말다. 니나 잠반제도 시도 잠반제도 그 카카요. 무게 올라 산지가 고도도 예대시근도 왔던 소 산지 갖고 나서. 그모만 남지 되셔서 인도 어때레스.
And so do you see that boundary for the complete aspect application? Hmm?
No, but it's removed from the Maya accumulation through
Buddha ground. Yeah. Where do you see that? From here? Today? What's the boundary for the complete aspect application? Where do you see it in the text?
아?
And the categories, okay. So from that one.
But it's different on the page 30.
Page 30, yeah.
What does it say?
It says the boundaries of aspects of an exalted knower of all aspects of that they exist only on the Buddha ground.
So that one is only talking about the last 3 categories. The last 3 outline, the last 3. So that one, yes, only in the book. So that's why confusion. That's why I asked you, what's the boundary? Because you might get confused. That's only for the last one, last division only. So all other divisions, it's not talking about the whole complete aspect application, but only for the last one.
Okay?
It's just for the complete aspect.
Yeah. Okay, that then go big. That's what they mean. They share the Tamamu lesson, Lapson, can the Jada the Chitasm share yours.
So this is talking about the unshared, the attributes of Buddha, right? So unshared attributes of Buddha only exist in Buddha ground. So unshared with anybody else. So it means like uncommon, and only Buddha has that. So
just the last 39 aspects.
yes, yeah. So anyway, so they're talking about all these the 173, right? 173 divisions, of the complete aspect application.
Okay. 다 당보들은 유지답된도 내야 아니 덴바실 전에 시작해서 공을 마셔. 유지답된.
So the first one has 37. Oh no, sumsubdin.
당보 유지답된.
27, right? First one is 27.
그리고 아니 maybe 나면 뭐 덴바 소소 라제다 라라데 아니 덴바 아니 둥어 덴바 근주 덴바 고대서는 시시지 남들은 쫑하시게 돼 대긴지 답이 잘 오고 그래서
So the first three, this is again applied to the four noble truths, right? So the first three has four each, each of the first three four noble truths and of four, and then the last one has 15, so that makes 3. Mara shishi, shishi. So the 3 is to 12, and then last one, and has 15, so which makes 27.
아니 강트를 내 덴바질레전에 시작이 그래서
So this one, is explained in relation, to the four noble truths.
다 뒤주들 아니 섬주따주 섬주소득인 바스
Sumsubdin,
섬주소득 뒤지들 남신 뒤지지 남시지 신화라 옛날 섬주소득.
And then so then so after that, that one was the knower aspect, that is the knower of basis, right? And then there's a knower aspect that is knower of part that has 36, right?
아니 태양 아니 제드가 죽시 그래서.
So that one is explained as first the 8, 7, 5, and 6.
아 등소야 덴바질레 시작이 그래서.
So those are also in relation to the four noble truths.
오케이. 근데 근주 덴발라 제 아니 람델라 드 동아 덴발라 nga 고델라 죽시 그래서.
So the truth, the origin.
주룩 고델라 주룩라다 주룩. 제 딩가 주룩라다.
So the true origin has 8, and then goes kunju debala ge. True origin has 8.
람델라 드
And then 7, and then the true path has 7.
동아 덴발라 nga
And then the true suffering has 5.
아니 고델라 주룩.
And then the true cessation has 16.
오케이. 어두지.
Yes, where are you?
Page 26, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see?
So page 26, when it's divided, there are 3 like that, so they talk about the knower aspect, that is knower of basis, knower aspect, that is knower of path, and the knower aspect, that is exalted knower of all aspects. So and then the next the following paragraph talks about that in detail, right? So the first one, knower aspect, that is knower of basis, is divided, there are 27. And then the next
You
paragraph
lost.
is one, knower aspect, that is knower of path, is divided, there are 36, like that.
오케이. 다 대기
Actually, it says 8, 7, 5, and 15.
15?
no.
but
Yeah, 16.
It's a mistake.
Yeah, 15 is a mistake. Yeah.
줄라도 빼죠.
주룩이야, 주룩. 니벌 줄라죠. 근데 섬주 소득 거래. 가지 섬주 소득 거래. 가서 나오도. 제
So
뒤가
8, 7 makes what? 15?
then 5,
Then 5.
And it says 15.
then
15 only makes 35, so.
Yeah,
then 16.
exactly. So 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Then 36. and 뒤가 가서 나오다. 섬주 소 뉴스탑된 거는 섬주 소득 잡는 거더래.
Something or some sort of. So 27 plus 36 makes
How many?
53? 63.
3.
63.
and 다들 자도 가세요.
63. So that's now the no basis, no path has 63 altogether, right? And how many left now?
110.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's on the stake on the lower.
Yes.
On the stake on the lower path.
On the lower part. Yeah.
Correct on the lower.
Okay. 단도 소리를 이제 시잖아는 가서 고벤 로시 자면 다쳐서 잠깐 삼거든 되기로. 시행가도 돼 차단적으로 내데 빼셔야 돼. 오케이. 되지. 다가도 자도 저대 이걸마 닌토라 받아 지는데 아니 섬지 잡된 아니 샤조 선발에 받아 지는 템베 아니 섬지 잡죠. 아니 남치 투모마인베 다디 라부터 가야 봐. 아니 섬지 짜고 있어라. 니슈 짜고 니슈
So yeah, then this is again, that's when it's broken down into 3 parts, right? There are 37 aspects that are an exalted knower of all aspects, similar to those existing in hearers. 34 aspects that are an exalted knower of all aspects, similar to those existing in bodhisattvas, and 39 aspects that are an exalted knower of all aspects that are uncommon. And so 37, 34, and 39. Does that become 110? Yeah.
오케이. 다들 다들 담보들 다 담보는 간소라 때네. 다 남중 알아서 냠내지요. 남중 거기는 고대하더라. 아는 알아서 지도도 왔어. 아, 전반지시. 단 내가 또 하고 그랬어.
So then when just talk about the 37 aspects that are the exalted knower of aspects, similar to those existing in hearers, right? The first one, there's the 4 close placement of mindfulnesses. So this is something that very familiar to all of you, right? Something that you might have heard many times. So the first, these 37 aspects that are exalted knower of aspects similar to those existing in hearers. That's also called the 37 branches of enlightenment.
Okay.
So they're explained in 7 groups, right? So the first group, is the group of 4. These are the 4 mindfulnesses.
양다봉와 시 아니 드르지 깜바 시 아니 옴보가 아니 따오가 말해 아니 샹집이야라 드 바신 버리 아니 발라야라 제 다때가 안상로 그랬어.
Yeah, so there's in the 7 groups, right? So 4 close placement of mindfulness, 4 thorough abandonment, and then 4 legs of magical manifestation, 5 powers, 5 forces, 7 branches of enlightenment, and the 8-fold path of superiors.
아니 년토를 봐지는 바다 년토가 냠내지야도 덤바로 직반으로 그랬어. 그 글로만도 아마 참았어.
And so this is the similar practice done by the hearers, and except the motivation is different, of course, right?
오케이. 다 전반 이와서 와서나 갈로 다 뒤텐다 하고 있는데 다 전반가도 쳐다하고 뭐 전반 이와서 와서나 그래서나.
So what does it mean, the close placement of mindfulness?
빼놓으셨나 때 빼니 사게래 빼나. 나도 힘다 너를 하고 나도 배도는 힘마 샤지. 샤기시 힘 샤타지 되면 양 신의 직샤. 아야도 얼마 갈리샤요. 그래서 디 가마디 코카 카파 수마도지 코 섬대 그러와. 나도 힘다 너를 살이 샤샤 그러와. 히타릭샤나 직슈 마테서 티나 시지주. 야디 올고 마테 샤 그러와. 가마디 코 카바 맞아 봐 섬대 그러와. 디 빼레스. 디 코 섬대와나 야 코 따다다다 마시는 로도 그러와. 베레스 가마디 콘도시 카시더라 단디 마시 주지나 고 카시 섬데 그러와 아디 올이야 막 갑두고 샤도 그러와 셰코 유샤나 야 카파섬도 근다 야 다리가 바자 주지다다 슈도 말어 고 카시에다인다 고 갑두다다 만도 그러와 데 베레스 시도 오셔와이나
데 가정의 So the placement of mindfulness, right? So close placement of mindfulness, like mind, placing on the object closely. So example, like nowadays, of course, if you use the saw, like a circular saw or table saw, then you can cut it straight. You don't have to. It doesn't split, right? It doesn't split. But when you cut it, usually when you cut in the old days, right? When you cut it with the axe. You cut it, and then it splits, and then you have to cut it on this side, and then it splits more and more like that, right? So when you cut it with the axe, you hit it, and then you have to do. Usually they put a piece of wood there, on the split, and then you hit on that one, and then it splits bigger and bigger and bigger. That way you go, straight, on all that. Otherwise, if you don't, place a piece of wood there, the split will close again, And then when you hit it, maybe you might not hit on the same split. You might hit on other, and then it will not get splitted, So that it takes long time like that, and that's the example of the, like close placement of mindfulness.
다 네가 배 같은 건 안에 시럽지 뭐봐 전배 뭐지봐 아니 단 좀 받으려고 그러지.
And so this is the object of observation, of the wisdom, not forgetting, not forgetting the object of object of wisdom by mindfulness.
Okay, 다 고사래. Do you understand?
So you use the mindfulness, to remember the object of the wisdom.
다 대나대래. 맨 간도 그때 제도고도 왔어. 대 맞추고 전배 생기들 때문에 자스.
And so you want to use your mind, to analyze, right? The wisdom analyzes on the object, but if you forget the object, then how will you be able to analyze, right? So you have to remember the object, that you're going to analyze.
Okay, 때문에 자스. 어디 다 전반 여자라 아니 이와 같았나? 때문에 이와 시오레스.
So the close placement of mindfulness are divided into like 4, right? So it's just like,
리 전반이죠. 소화 전반이죠. 주 전반이죠. 삼 전반이죠.
So the close placement of mindfulness of body, the feeling, mind, and phenomena.
제다 아니 되게 당하는 거는 미 가를 먹었나? 리를 먹어요래. 소화를 먹어요래. 삼을 먹어요래. 주를 먹어요래. 다 되는 거지 무사.
So what is it focusing on, or what is it observing? Right? So it's observing the body, it's observing feeling, it's observing mind, and it's observing phenomena.
제가 남중에서 웨트천 그거로 마인드풀니스 시작도 대단히 저기도 해서.
So is it similar as the mindfulness that you have heard? No, not similar or same.
The Western, philosophy of the but yoga together. There's a mindfulness is different or same.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is focused on specific characteristics.
Yeah. 세자 니나라 만디 주의 니나 강한 니가 그랬어. 니나라 만디 지어요 말했어.
And so in any kind of object is included in these 4. So there isn't any object that is not included in these 4.
그래서 전반이 조금 갈았다. 됐으면 지금 뭐이 주는데 당하고 남배가 세자체나 공부고 그랬어.
And so when you meditate on mindfulness, then you're supposed to observe on one of these objects.
Yes.
So what is meant by the objects in the continuum of a Buddha superior?
그래서
상기하고 주기, 상기하고 주세요, 가서서.
사제법이 줄었네. 사제법이 다 그럼 둘라요 그랬더라고 다 간지.
So like Buddha, the Buddha? Buddha? So in the continuum of Buddha.
근데 저런 거 짜도 저런 거 jello 이렇게 되지 버렸어. 저런 거 짜도 저런 거 jello.
상기 파바니 개발하고 있어. 되게.
Why is it qualified as superior?
사제 파발하나 강사들이 사제라는데 되게 주지 연대 강가 사제라 줘그랬어.
So usually, Buddha superior, we call it, there are 3 superior beings, like the path of seeing, path of meditation, path of normal learning. So those beings in there. So when you first reach, you become a Buddha, you're enlightened. So the Buddha superior will be like a person, will be like the person. So when you say Buddha, Buddha has all 4 bodies, right? So the Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, all the 4 Dharmakaya, all these bodies, those are all, some of them are just a mind, some of them are just a cessation, right? And so those are also Buddha. But when you say Buddha superior, it's referring to the Buddha as a person.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing. I have a question. So I get the mindfulness part. I'm just breaking it down, the language, the Buddha superior, I get that. But if we just say what's close placement, just on its own, what does that mean?
다 대주벌을 먹었다. 대 맞죠, 제 맞죠.
Yeah, closely placing your mind on that. So it means like focusing on that single pointedly, not letting it forget. Not letting your mind forget.
So how's that different than mindful? Like mindful in my mind is if I'm mindful of this, I'm focusing on it. This feels like it's I'm focusing on it.
제 당가 저런 게 변화.
지금 먼저 템발라도 그냥 그런 맞아붙이고 그래서 템발은 맞아붙이고.
제가 시동 좀
네,
되게
네,
템바
여셔보는 거
여셔봤나 테이프 파 자르셔봤나 지난게는 파스포트서 폰 파스포트 하나 좀 상당히 말 가지고 나저딱 쳐도 주트만 여셔하셔요 그래서
그 템발람 되고라 그 땡겨 템발람 되고 컨셉 때문에 여셔봐.
일단 여셔봤다 간지 tel 템보치 넘보치 봐죠 포커스 하는 거로
Yeah, so maybe there's it's like stronger mindfulness. So when it's a close placement of the mindfulness, that's a like stronger mindfulness. So not forgetting, and not only not forgetting, but you're so familiar with that you don't have to think about it. It just comes up. It
So
just comes.
intense.
Yeah, intense. They're more intense. Yeah.
Okay, alright, that's how I'll think of it.
Yeah.
오케이 다 안에 다 yes
So, I forgot what the fourth one is, but these are 4 of the 5 aggregates, right?
그래서
4 of the 5 aggregates,
뭐라
body,
해야 되나?
feeling, consciousness.
어떤 것도 가서 아주 풍부하게 시들에 해서 풍부하게 있는 시.
Compositional factors is missing.
가르고
Compositional factors.
Yeah, so compositional factors would kind of,
그래 나 풍부하게 전화 되게.
그래서
수기 풍부를 가서 소보들아 수기 풍부셔. 아니 저와로 저 풍부지.
야 데레
남시 풍부 남 쌤들은 남시 풍부셔.
야 데데 다운로드 된다고 여러 리소
최 풍부서 여마라.
추 폼보데만 추선나다 추차상 라벤다
So yeah, I mean they are similar, right? They have some of them have similar, like so you can say the form, the aggregate of form can be the body, similar, right? And then the aggregate of feeling, and then aggregate of consciousness, which is the mind. But there's no aggregate of phenomena, there's no aggregate of phenomena. And but here also it doesn't have the mindfulness of the compositional factor. But anyway, when you say phenomena, that includes everything. And all the 5 aggregates are also included in the phenomena.
And also, the body is all forms. It's not just the body, it's all forms.
그래서
루트만 예시세다. 수부지원스가 말았다.
네가 로보데 카르베나 시바님지 릴라되면 돼 나도 근데 디지털 릴라도 고대로서 네 리데
그냥 솔라 그거 말아.
수강하고만 네 나라도 가사 수수 디지털 릴라도 고대로서 리 아니 시비 릴라다 그때집에 리들라미네 가지 리된 소야가 체더 땅가지고 간에 깨네 맛이 바깔 제다 결과서 대가라서 지지
So when you say form, what do you mean? Like this is a form, table is a form, cup is a form, right? Yeah. Then no. So here when you say body, it's not talking about that. It's talking about specifically the like male female body.
배나 가라서 깨네 맛이 바대 가라서 릴라 차바 슈치 뭐시 그래 내가 네가 체더 가지고 가디 걸리자 그랬어.
So because we are always working so hard for this body, from the time we are born till we die, we are always so attached to our body, and we're working so hard until day and night for this body.
배나 리드 소야가 체더 가도 니마지 칼라 가서 사겨. 리드 소야가 둘로만으로 가서 공유.
To sustain this body, we do all these kinds of things. How much food we eat in a day, how much clothes we wear in a day.
제가 배나 가라서 배나 다 그젤 템보고 와라서 바까지 수수고 리디 초와텔라 다 초와데바텔라 차니 가지 이거는 니기 리디 지지디빌리들 고고요 zukan가 고고 말했어.
And so this body is referring to the the human, like the male female body, like animal or the whatever body, so male female body, and it's not just talking about all kinds of forms.
제가 다 니기 리 참아지 리텔라 곰니 아니 리데 지금 답에 맞다고 하지 엠바
And so you focus on the body, male, female body, and then think about the nature of that body. How it is impure, how it is not worthy of being attached to, and so forth. So all these things, yeah. And then how it is suffering, how it is impermanent, all these things. So you meditate on, you focus on the body, and then meditate on the nature of that body.
배는 간주 리디 아니 못성와야겠다. 네 못성와 소작 내려보자. 간주 카네마 야리 야서 사거리 얼마 두링에서 믹다 맞아. 정말 나마랑 간주 손마 또 당게도 왔어.
And so it's our body is like a factory, that produces all this impure stuff, right? So we eat very good things, very delicious, very good looking, very good smelling, good tasting food. But then when it comes out and it's all so bad, so you don't want to even look at it, or you can't even bear to smell it and so forth. So that's how bad it is, right? So our body is like that, it's in a machine or factory, that produces, all this impure stuff. Is it like that? So that's how you meditate on the impurity of the body. So that's how you meditate on the impurity of the body. Otherwise, if you say, "Oh, your body is impure," then you don't get that much feeling. But if you really think how it is impure, like all this stuff that we have in our body, the intestines, the parts, the organs, the blood and pus and marrows, everything. So when you look at it, everything is so filthy, right? So when but anyway, so if you think it that way, then you will have less attachment or no attachment. So the purpose of thinking that the impurity, is to avoid attachment towards the body. So otherwise, we have so much attachment, to the body, right? Male, female's body, female, male's body, like that, and of course, one's one body, we are so attached to it. And so if you think about the body in that way, how it appears to us and what it is nature, like that, then you will be able to avoid the attachment towards the body. And so when this body comes in contact with the other object, then when it comes into contact, then you get the feeling, right? Without coming into contact, you don't get the feeling. The feeling comes from contact. So when you come in contact with the unattractive or an ugly object, then you get a suffering feeling or bad feeling, or a feeling that you don't want to have, or you don't want to meet with. And then when you come into contact with a beautiful object or an attractive object, then you have this good feeling that you don't want to be separated from.
Okay?
And so when we talk about meditating on the close placement of mindfulness, the four close placement of mindfulness, this is how we're supposed to meditate on.
Okay? 다 되죠. 아니 다도 샘라야 내차 셰다 때무 차돌아서 샘는 차선라 뭐나 뭐벌 뒤가 왕게 가서 아니 리가 연지 시한 거예요. 그래서 샘을 찾아들어야 돼.
And then the close placement of mindfulness on feeling, the mind, there comes all different kinds of mind, right? So we have all these delusional minds like attachment, anger, ignorance, and so forth.
다 대기 미받을 때인데 아니 추세들면 다 대한 대라야 소소라는데 야무나 만배 야무나 꾸마건데 야무나 고도거든요. 출람이 배야 잡아지는 거래서.
And then with that mind, with that different kind of positive or negative mind, then when focusing on the phenomena, right, on the phenomena, then you get different kind of mind, like the mind wanting to have things like attachment, or mind wanting to be separated from, or wanting to like destroy the others, like hatred and so forth.
Okay, 다 된디게 템바 이제 저 곰비 구바카를라나 저들 랭카자서래.
So what is the purpose of meditating on these four close placement of mindfulnesses?
Okay.
What's the purpose?
남치토시 최이드 신의 대다다 로게 말듯이. 사제가 쳇다 라네 코다다 로게 말았어.
If you say to gain enlightenment, that's not a correct answer.
Okay. Yes.
So we can observe the law of cause and effect.
Oh.
So we can observe karma.
그래서.
준대들 가서 빵고에 빵 먹어야 가서 the language lines 치더라고요.
Okay. That's good.
Interact the
Yes.
My answer would be to try to, through analysis, the mindfulness experience, through experience, through thinking about it and experiencing, seeing the inherent emptiness of all things, self, of self and other, how things are.
What purpose of experience?
I'm sorry?
What purpose to experience?
To see the selflessness, the selflessness of like bodies, like say I lust after chocolate, and I can analyze the meaninglessness of that.
Okay.
The
Then
flaws with that in that.
okay. Yes. It was short one, not too long. Okay.
Is that antidote to samsara?
Okay. Okay.
Renunciation.
Okay.
I think it shows suffering.
Choose suffering. What? Oh, choose suffering.
It's showing us suffering. Like
Showing
focusing on
suffering.
Okay.
suffering.
Okay. Deborah.
You see all these things that are around us all the time. We chase after. We think our happiness are really not. They're not really happiness. They're really suffering.
Okay. Then.
Interested on the body is not the centerpiece of the world.
Okay.
I know everyone else is kind of saying non-attachment, but if we're talking about the path and the continuum of a Buddha superior, it seems to me we're studying all of that which is actually part of what we are aspiring to.
Okay. Julia.
Didn't really get it.
You got something? No. Okay. Well.
Remember the object of meditation.
Okay. Mark.
Happiness isn't outside of us, but it's inside.
What is it?
We can't chase an external object.
가서
내가
그거.
어디 치료려 말썽하다 나오라 그랬어.
No. You're not here. You some different direction. He's not here. He's some different direction. Okay. Anyway.
Is it also to meditate on the four aspects of true sufferings?
덴바 가서 동아 덴바기 켜주시고 마시도록 했어.
Yeah, I think Jennifer and Ian's pretty close. It's good. Yeah. Deji landula juachidres. Better corner love yours.
Yeah, so there's so in order to cultivate, in order to cultivate and abandon the Four Noble Truths.
Yeah. Karna gadu dingalang gadu chadon demba jar jadi chegin do shemba do chadon.
So because it's all are explained in relation to the Four Noble Truths, right?
제 장 아니 deji landula juwa cheda 아니 지 리그네서 가리엠바 초안에서 가리엠바 세군에서 가리엠바 아니 추에서 가리엠바 시고 여러 봐서.
So the Four Noble Truths, in order to be abandoned and in order to be cultivated, in order to do that, you have to have the mindfulnesses.
Okay. 다 도도로 되어라나 가르나 deji landula juwa cheda 예스 telana 다 고타다 거 그래서.
So if you said, in order to cultivate and abandon, in order to engage in the cultivation and abandonment of the Four Noble Truths.
아니 리 템바니자 곰발라 때네 아니 리지 냉엘레 동아지 고 시그레스 수수 리에테 동안 고 시그레스.
So by being mindfulness and mindfulness and on the body, you will understand the sufferings of the body.
Okay. Got it? Everyone got it? They too much has a homework in that. Yes. What is question?
I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit confused because it says this is the path that thoroughly investigates objects in the continuum of a Buddha superior, and that sounds to me like the mindfulness or the placement of mindfulness is on those things within that continuum of a Buddha superior, not the things to be refuted.
아. 비저 가겠네. 니노 때도 몇 말해?
대만여셔가 어디라? 배진아 갈라도.
세븐타만 잡아, 추타만 잡아. 니노 때
듣고 알아. 당가도 근데 시식으로. Temanya Shise.
Yeah.
Color the
Dinner de Mobo Mari.
Gonna do that.
Tembaji the late Tamba,
Marma,
late
take on.
Temanya, what's what Temanya.
Tikona, Marma, Horkora, Horan di Tadiko Takora. They cushion it.
Didn't tell me your multiple.
Geborjim Lamla Pabel, Lamla Pabel, and gave it as a Tembanya Shiode, Lutamanya, so Tamanya, same Tamanya, Chetamanya, so you have a on the Poma Shiode. They cancelled that, you know. In general, as you love that day and a sang puppet that I more like the did that thing on the sang puppet Jugi, sang puppet Jugi and a chair, and the Yuria, the chairs and the use and a chair, chairs and a you, because a Taji Chebe. The Taji Chegi Lamla Kogor source. The little lodge in
Tepaji con Norpen and Dinola and Java. Jitu Chuja the Java. Sem Temba Nyava Jabe, Dadan Zimbi, Deji Semla, Matoto Chudux,
Tikona, Tamanya Shikona, Geshe. I don't know why this is not in Tibetan text. You know, the Tibetan text it just goes to four close placement of mindfulness, and then it just goes straight to the close placement of mindfulness on body, and yeah, like that. So that I think that's the extra an explanation by the translator, of this text. When it was translated in English, it refers to the path that thoroughly investigates objects in the continuum of the Buddha superior. Doesn't make sense, right?
It is confusing.
Yeah, it is confusing.
Then Bata, symptom just in there. Tingongot. Oditicot. Metamata. Udide, tendon. Symptom.
The content on the Injiton Shadimindu. Someone at the Dragon go by Yodesara. Then she landed on Jugo Chave, Jugo Chave to Imbichete, Rutabanisha, Luna.
I think the extra maybe someone explain. Maybe you have much. What to do? Did
it do what of shadow?
Take on.
Gibbon is
what did the teacher look
at? Did the same to Major Shadera? Same Tambanya Nyawa Shakra, same Tambanya, Dado Zimbe, she similar without sauce, chebe, del Shamba dollars.
What a tender.
Same Tambanya Shakura. Take the Lutamania.
Little me there. Lila Mini? Tindo.
Lutamania Shak, Gombe, Sajagi Lunga. Sajagi Lu, Nang Lengi, Dongagi or Shebaton, Toa Tambanyesha, Gombe, Soba de Dugne, Talbot, middle or Dobe, middle of the Sevidu, the more than the engine on the Chilosan did me do.
What do you say?
I'm wondering though, is if they're presenting it because these are part of the 37 aspects that are common with the,
Healers.
So it is part of, it are aspects of the knower of all aspects. 110, but there are 37 that are common to the knower aspects of the knower basis. So,
yeah, but it's still talking about. It's talking about the complete aspect application, right? So in the complete aspect application, so it's confusing, when it says in the Buddha superior, in the continuum of the Buddha superior. So it doesn't mean that this is only in the continuum of the Buddha superior, and that is similar in the continuum of Buddha superior. That's similar, or similar with the hearers.
But they're part of the 37 harmonies of enlightenment, right? So, and those are part of the knower of all aspects. The 110.
Yes. Yeah. So, but what do you understand when it says in the continuum, in the Buddha superior continuum, in the continuum of Buddha superior?
Well, I was just thinking that maybe they did it that way because in categorizing the 173 aspects, they're placing that within the 37 that are
part of the 173. Yeah, 100. Yeah. 110.
Yeah, they shall somebody into the Namchi.
But
oh, Nintula Yobana, Jizan, Namji.
Oh, really?
So we're trying to be mindful.
Tana Morris and then Namgi Chunja, Namgi Chunja, 라 남편라 남편 천지더라
주자도 쥐고
자도
되는
주
당보들이.
테나나 당보디
야.
다 남편 천지라다 남편라들한테 상기 파버지라
남제 상제라 그래.
예
네가-
남편 천지가 저 자도 주라
야.
자도 주나다 숨섭든데 자도 주나 주거라
예, 투그래.
디나 딜라거다 뭐
아니.
딜라는 가라스다 상기게 때 상기 파버지고 인거라서 그래서
텔레 니어스. 바지 돈남다 신남세 니어. 아니 돈남라나 열들이 신남라나 아니 유치 남자 고고 그래서.
말다디 다다 가서 디 쉐디스 거다 다 가서 다다디 가서 대반여시 시스야더라 대반여시 시스야디 더 모라서 더 상 디나는 띵아 인지타는 다 상게 파버지고 랍샤
할래.
어
근데 what is it? Can you read again?
Well, so those are the 37 that are concordant with the hearers,
yeah
right? So, but it's still considered among the 110 of the Nora aspects. So, you know, when you divide the 110, the first 37 are the ones concordant.
so that's why you are saying it's within the
That's
continuum
why
in the
it's
continuum of Buddha
because it's the aspects.
다 그 남경 전적의 최인자 근데 상게 파버지기 율 가서 제바체봤어요
대말.
다 상게 파버지기 주기 다는 율 제바체베 람라 율 주기 상게 파버지기 람으로 주기다 가서 율이라 제바체기 때문에 람라 그거랬어 랍샤들라 anybody when the other point shidrode refers to that part rises with the efforts the delay and 가서 아니 other point shid다 가서 존둘라 때는 연구하랬어
알레레 용사대.
the 가서 가서 존둘라 때는 용에 람라 그거랬어 the other point shid라 아나다 뭐에다 두르 감바 시도는 다딩은 가서 땡기지
야, 땡겨들 때.
땡기지라 그거랬어
대다들 바지 테마니
yeah, I think it's this additional, the refers. It's not in Tibetan text. So when it says refers to,
Yes.
This is Treatise of Quintessential Instructions. It's supposed to be a translation of Maitreya himself. But it says here in what we're reading refers to a path that thoroughly investigates objects in the continuum of the Bodhisattva. This one says
Buddha superior.
superior. Those ranging from the close placements of mindfulness through to the final aspects of the Buddha, which seems to cover like the whole path.
Yes.
Ranging from the close
Yeah.
Places of mindfulness through to
Yeah, I think the boundary
final
aspects
aspects
of
of
the
the Buddha.
Buddha, so.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I understand, I haven't actually even read the text this, I haven't barely been to this class, so I'm sorry, but, the thing it's saying is that a Buddha superior has everything. But you start off with like the Hinayana realizations at the beginning. Like in the different, like the 110, everything is like another knowledge that a Buddha superior has. But a Buddha superior doesn't have, like it's talking about what you have to achieve to become a Buddha. And at the beginning, it just says Buddha superior, like at the beginning you're not a Buddha superior. But I think that was part of the confusion, that it's the whole path, and you start off with the Hinayana realizations about the body and the Four Noble Truths. And later on, you mix it with bodhicitta, everything else, and you go further and further and further. And then in the last part is the particular knowledge that a Buddha has. So you have to kind of go through all these different stages.
Okay. Okay, what do you find?
We're trying to compare the language here and the language here.
The FPMT study guide also shows that, the one that Deborah put up on the site, it says that, it says a final knower aspects that is attained through the force of cultivating an application of the exalted knower of all aspects that is the method for attaining it. And it says that which is to fulfill it says exists in a Buddha superior only. So I think it's because of the way the order that they're treating it. It's not like we're going through the knower aspects or the knower basis first.
당하졌던 남견 천주의 자도 주도 시거라. 대전 남견데 당 상에 파부 얼마 되어 말아.
야.
대전 되는 단답하게 나올 라들라 상에 파부 권아 줄려 그랬어. ina te nyanto lambda tsumbares ina tende yoede tende sangi pabu julu shigoras nanga namge sunju chu na shigora chu jada chu na shigora ti je sangi pabu julu shigoras
re nintola yobata jitan tamba nintola yoban rawo
ani sangi pabu julu yobade
sangi pabu julu namchi tere
yode da sangi pabu julu yobache yo sede sangi pabu julu yobache
ya tela yordade yo jitan tamba lago yade kana nintola de naji yore te naji ane sangi pabu julu yore chanju tembe julu yore
어디 diga ina da yosede tanda yosede sangi pabu julu yora
그게
tanda di namge sunju chu jada judi
제다 시작 시단이 텔라야 아니 남주 초지jel라 남주 남발라 신남다 되는서 니용거다 남바세인도 되게 신남셀라는 남주 무지 요말 돈남셀라는 되게 역강강하려고 그랬다
언제가 뒤 유일이 소다 뒤줄라
예체 코나
번번단 담번여시 열어 담번여시 열어 상파부 줄라 다 상파부 주게 담번여시 열어 나다 되게 냥도단 숨고라서
냠리치 버레스 냠리치
다 남게 천적이 자도 주노라 시도거네 자도 주나 남게 천적이 자도 천적이 자도 주 난기 딱 가서 너 담번여시 상파부 줄로 말이야
상지법절 요 말에서
어디가 됐어
가래서나 대 안에 nintugu lamgi chambani jada dun tumbaresa rotanchi baresa
ina da namgo chu jada chu nangi temanya shiri sang pawu juma de mara
te pajo mar te yomar
yeah
I mean, right on the
yeah
leading up to it, it says these are the 37 aspects that are exalted in order of aspects, so that's...
yeah
so that's so, when it's included in that 110 of the know of all aspect, then it is only within the continuum of Buddha. So maybe that's what it's referring to. So generally, we can talk about four close placement of mindfulnesses. That can be anybody's, right? But when it is within that 110 divisions of the know of all aspect, then it's only in the continuum of the Buddha. But that's similar, to the hearers. Yeah.
배차잖아 간조 배나 신디가 칸라 사이도 간조 칼라 사이도 찍바로 칼라 찍바로 간지 칼라 사이도 찍바로 대로 간지 이 상지 사이와 냠네도 민토에 되는 자워레스
So like president having a pizza, it's a Domino's pizza, and you having Domino's pizza is the same, right? But what he's having is only his. But you can have similar to him, in a different kind of, different from the different shop, maybe like that.
배테로 디올라 샹조 셈바 디올라 샹조 셈발에 버전 이바지나 야 대나지 샹조 셈베기 jel라야 안 되던데다고 요래서 냐네 디젤라네 남치 투모마 있잖아데 상지 바바마 셈발 콘다고 요 말레스
So that's like similar with the healers, and then they're similar with the bodhisattvas. So the bodhisattvas can have a same knowledge, same kind of knowledge as the Buddha has. And then after that it says the uncommon. So uncommon is only Buddha has it. Nobody has that kind of knowledge. Only Buddha has. Nobody has similar kind of knowledge. Nobody has a similar kind of knowledge. So only Buddha has. So that would be the uncommon.
산제 니 내가 제단데 오 년도서 된다고 책을 다스. 산제 내가 오 샹주 셈보다 된다고 셔서. 단내 코나치 보면 셈바 제도고 말해서 해놓지.
And so this is like the Buddha does this. Heroes can do also similar to that. And Buddha does this, bodhisattvas can do also similar to that. And Buddha does this, and only Buddha can do that. Nobody else can do it. So that would be the uncommon.
Okay. Today tanda the lapchol by the Sanji Digi Layatu Kondisi Jadan Kolata and Devashambakini and Sanji Pabi and the Tamaja and the Shijay was.
So here maybe it is talking about the close placement, the four close placement of it's talking about the four close placement of mindfulness within the continuum of Buddha.
다 남지 빼자 늘어나는 뜻이 자야돼 제가 말했어. 아니 전반적으로 좀 봐지나. 다 전반적으로 공개 미 또바 레토모도 공고야나 레토모도 같이는 공발이 공비 구박하래스. 고시에 건데 시작을했어.
And so here when we talk about these four close placement of mindfulness within the 110 division of the know of all aspect, then of course it's all talking about Buddha. Talking about the four close placement of mindfulness within the Buddha's continuum. So that's what it's talking about. But then this kind of knowledge is also existing in the continuum of the hearers, right? So that's one thing. But in general, when we talk about what is the reason, for what is the purpose of meditating on the four close placement of mindfulnesses, then the purpose is like we mentioned, we talked about earlier, to understand what is to be abandoned and what is to be cultivated among the Four Noble Truths.
가능 가서 산재 법이지 되잖아요. 가서로 막 펜토만 넣었어. 시와대다 가족은 가르쳐야 되나 안 되는데 제대로 했어.
So this is a common practice. This is a common practice that Buddha has and we can have too. And so if we only talk about what Buddha has, then that doesn't help us. But what can we do from our side? How we can generate the four close placements of the mindfulness within our own continuum, then that can be helpful.
Okay, it's a little bit clear or what happened? More complex. Okay, 다들 마무시하면서 다 마무시나 고도로 다 단데 간제 남중 알아서 그 전반이자 곰배 구박 가르에서나 디질란드로 주고 제대로 해서 다때 고고고다스.
And so, if you were asked the question, what is the purpose, for meditating on the four close placement of mindfulnesses, then you have to say, to engage, in the abandonment and cultivation of the Four Noble Truths.
제가 다 리 전반이자 곰발한테 가르평에서나 아니 리지 냉엘에 동안 곳이 봐셔 그래서 리 전반이자 곰바이나.
So by meditating on the close placement of mindfulness on body, what benefits do you get? Is that you will understand, the defects or the kasa lugi nengele.
알리지 냉엘에 냉엘인지다 동안 곳이 봐셔 그래서.
So it will understand, you come to understand the suffering of the body, in other words.
다 나아진 게 아니 초와 전반이자 곰발라 때네 초와 대도 땅좀 선가 아니 레원 담으로 이것도 아니 수수 곰쳐 그래.
And then by meditating on the close placement of mindfulness and on feeling, also you will come to understand all kinds of sufferings and happy and neutral feelings.
아니 샘 전반이자 곰발라 때네 다다 셈베 단즈 아니도 아니 딱반데 단즈서 봐도 같이 그래.
And by meditating on the close placement of mindfulness on mind, you avoid, the grasping at the true existence, grasping at the self-existence, and grasping at permanence.
아니 추 전반이자 곰발라 때네 아니 끝내 유모시지 아니 추라 문도쇼다 남정가 추라 아니 도쇼 어디도 거도 다른 것이 그래.
And then so then by meditating on the close placement of the mindfulness and on phenomena, so you will understand, what are the namja chogi.
배나 유모시지 추라 때네 아니 빠자 문도 마다 남정가 추라 때네 다 라자 냠슬래자 아니 똑똑 그래.
And so what are to be, what are the
라자다 빠자다 라자가 넘도 하고 그래서 남자죠. 남자 템바. 근데 자기들 배남 투쇼도 못 투쇼. 안에 빠자다 라자 것이 그래서.
So you'll come to understand, what are to be abandoned and what are to be cultivated, what are the negative and what are the positives.
오케이. 되네다 다 아니 전반이죠. 저 고면 남주 두두 공고. 고면 고바 두드레스.
And so when you meditate, on the four close placement and of mindfulness, that's how you meditate, and that's the purpose, of meditating on them.
Okay. Finish. Okay. 다 배나 다 드린 거는 전에 드린 게 나도 곰자고서 다 곰자 좀 받아. 다 주만은 간도 리점반이자 초와 점반이자 샘점에 주로 곰자인다스.
So I thought of meditating on these four mindfulnesses, but today we don't have much time. But next time we'll meditate on these four mindfulnesses. Okay.
시엔들메 잠깐만 보시오에 때때가도 고비는 가도 남주 냠내는 가도 잘 펜토고 말선 가도 냠내 마오인자.
So all these other numbers, so many numbers, and it's really difficult to understand them. It's not something that we can usually put in practice, on our level.
제다다 내가 샹조 소대서 내 안에 태와토모 냠내 토모 말해서 늘 맞지나서 뒤전에 줄로들어와 양다 본바지들이 제가 오모가 땅은서 파시 제당 하자도 그래 강가 마지 파신당 혈압당 아니 존리도 잘.
And so these 37 branches of the enlightenment, it's a common practice, and we can all apply that. We can all apply it into this practice. And this talks about all these, like the four mindfulness, the four abandonings, and then the four magical manifestations, powers, and so forth.
Okay. 다 전반이잖아. 갈래 된다 가르잖아.
So what is the close placement of mindfulness? What is the meaning of close placement of mindfulness?
That you're the tempest some of those.
Holding the object tightly.
Huh?
Of our focus.
Holding.
Thorough investigation.
Holding the object of our focus tightly and not forgetting.
Yes.
Karse?
Sweet.
What do you say?
Holding the object tightly, sata. Shuksumba zimba.
간지 혈압지 미봐. 대화 다 봐만다. 근데 대다 대마에 반집에 혈압지 아니 미봐도 이 맞지 봐. 저거 그래서.
And so, it has to be the object of the wisdom. So the wisdom that analyzes what is correct, what is wrong, and what is wrong, what is wrong, what is right. That wisdom. So whatever object the wisdom is focused on, that object should be tightly held without forgetting it.
반나 간주 내 눈은 저도 야 잡히는 같이 그래. 로마요 팽으로 왔어.
So like if we put up zip up, and that will prevent the wind, right, from getting into body.
대다 템베스 마이나 혈압지 이월도 맞아 보시게 됐어.
So if we hold it with the mindfulness, then we will not forget those object of the wisdom.
오케이. 다때 가름 제자. 아니 다때 가로 구바로 해더라고. 아니 다 다시 다시 오라 다시.
Yeah, that's the
다시.
sequel tense.
Why you call this? Why you call Tamanaja? Why you call mindfulness?
I'm forgetting the words now.
And then you say why you call mindfulness? Because why you call know that?
About the four placements of mindfulness?
Yeah, I mean it's similar to saying why is it called mindfulness?
Yeah.
Why is it called mindfulness? Karsa.
Yeah, tete kya marda. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, tete tangaje why you call mindfulness? And the sharapchi and the tembe ye majavaship and the temple of it.
So why you call it mindfulness? Is because you be mindful. You be mindful of the object of the wisdom.
Then why you want meditation mindfulness?
Why do you want to meditate on mindfulness? Yeah.
Then how? Then one by one, right? There is a tashumang to gom jamne. Chanato gom jatepene. Lit ramanja gomda. Suzu lila mene. Suzu leg chetan the gom darwa. Anything on to run tena and it pentogres.
Yeah, so then you can go one by one on the mindfulness on bodies, mindfulness on feeling like that. So when you meditate on the mindfulness on the body, then you think about the body, the nature of the body, one by one like that, and then that will be helpful.
그래봐. 다음에 간도 좋아져. 간도 좋아라야 좋아도 되냐 다녀선도.
And then like that also on the mindfulness on feeling, the feeling has three different kind of feeling, right? Good, bad, and neutral feelings.
간도 변나 미자 남주 다 그러 미자 보면서 아니 초회체대야. 되자 그랬어. 아니 자와 안에서 따회체도 되자 그랬라 그랬어. 만나서 지금 두바로 저러고 있다만 다 두바로 가지. 따완도 맞으잖아. 줄로봐도 따완도 맞아져 버려. 아니 미자도 좋아돼도 단단하고 전 두대 여러 왔어.
So they're saying that the seculars, seculars like the lay people, debate, on the feelings. They debate on the feelings. What kind of feeling you get? Well, you always discuss, or argue, debate on a feeling. The monks, the celibacies, in a debate, or argue on view. They all have different kind of views that they talk about, or that view or this view, like the view of emptiness, view of selflessness, like that.
근데 지나서 리트만 지지 보지 검. 근데 초와트만 지지 검. 샘트만 지지 고 주면 더도 야보지 검 봐이나 당원이 간도 샘말을 용한다. 수수급이나 아니 지금 다 공부하라 땜베게 녀모스 맞춘도 팽기요래.
And so if you meditate on this mindfulness on the bodies and the feeling and the mind, and then that will help, to calm your mind, the distractions, of the mind, to be less.
Okay, yes.
But isn't this specific meditation around investigating the four aspects of the true sufferings in impermanence,
Yeah.
suffering,
Yeah.
emptiness, and selflessness? So you're supposed to.
Yeah, it was what pena 리트만 릴라 미네 당봉하러서 배나 치고 그래 배나 둥아지 둥아 대행어서 아니 tane jewe dunga de engos tane chawan ji dunga de ngos pa cheko gores.
Yeah, so first, based on focusing on your body, then you understand, the suffering of suffering, and then you understand the suffering of change, and then you understand the suffering of all pervasive.
단다 지나도 jewe dunga 단다 지나도 마부 냥살 송 같아. 단다라.
So like the for suffering of change, you have already experienced now, right? Many of
단다
you
담보 지나도
experienced.
데 르레 되가 강가 르레로 도 왔다 깜바 파 저도 저 내가 야라는 거 책도 대 jewe dun가래.
So at the beginning, when you first came and sat down, you felt very comfortable, right? And that's like happy, but then that soon changed into suffering because you have to like move here and move there and all these things. So that's suffering of change.
대len jewe dun가로 왔어. 다 dun가지 dun가서 다 지나 dun가 대we 칼라 티가랑 고 나가야 와 깜바 나가야 와 지지 초고 나가야 대len dun가지 dun가라 그래서.
So the suffering of suffering is what we consider as suffering usually. The normal people think of the suffering. So we already have a suffering, this body, contaminated body, and on top of that, then we get a headache or stomach ache and so forth. So that's what we're suffering and suffering.
제가 dun가 담보인데 샤시고 드누도 대 초고요.
And so the first two suffering, can be understood. Felt by even by the animals, like the birds and so forth.
그래봐. 배는 간서 메시린 잠을 메시리 거 같아. 초회체 들어왔어. 메시리 두바장 메시리 거 같아.
So in the world, when people fight with each other, right? That's for the feeling. Is it for feeling? For good feeling, right?
다 나중에 배는 간서 지금 로임 제한 지든도 가가 간제 초회체 들어왔어.
So just like that, like sexual misconducts or adulteries and all these things are for the feeling, right?
제가 소수 그 리라 초와대와 텔레 잡아티 원게 다 빠져버려야 왕유식이로.
And so because of one's attachment, towards the body, of the others, and you engage in those actions, right?
근데 더 냠내다 자데 슈시에 다들이 내다도 야보지 하고 와야나 당원이 가서 지금 고발에 타야게 탑시 온 거였어.
And so this can be practiced or meditated by relating with our feelings, our body and so forth. So if we understand that, then that will help us to achieve liberation.
Okay.
Help us to want to achieve liberation.
딱 검자시도 주만에 수수를 늘려 셈바 공공을 수수를 늘려 빠지 미네 수수를 늘려 내서 검자고 텔레 리트만 자 검스.
So you don't have to think about others, so think about one's own body. Think about one's own body and nature of one's own body. And so that's called the close placement of mindfulness on bodies.
좋아. 아 다는 지금 초 수수지 초와들이 따님선 나고 대검자 대골삼다고 그래서.
And like that also, think of one's own feeling, like the good feeling, bad feelings, and the neutral feelings.
초와 대화 그런 용도, 초와 동화 그런 용도, 따님 그런 용 대삼다고 그래서.
So think about how we get the good feeling or happy feeling, or how we get the bad feelings or unhappy feelings, and how we get the neutral feelings.
대용사대 샘트만 자가 그거는 나고 그래. 샘트만 자가 애는 내자 세다 뭐 되는지 끝내라네 고 되고 그래서.
And so that comes from the mindfulness and on the mind, close placement of mindfulness on mind. So because of having different kind of mind, then there comes different feelings.
대용사대 샘대 실로고 유지된 체, 영만 나로고 유지는 체네 주의는 체네 되는 거 그래서.
So then that feeling comes through coming into a contact with something from outside or inside.
제가 더서 땡헬던 내 질서 제가 갖고 오면도 간신도 차단 들으시 그 시대 냠는 돼야 되다.
So they are all kind of related, so you can't say which one comes first and which comes later.
제가 게 드린 거는 저 자전은 대도 미 셴바도 마치 로시 샤지 아니 가도 전반적이 때도 공고습니다. 대소 적송.
So my plan was to just go through the other numbers and then focus on this four close placement of mindfulness, but we're almost over with the time.
제가 남주 전반적이 단디 시단 전반적이 시절을 빼는데 가지고 자침으로 마무도 왔어.
So this practice of the mindfulness is very common. Very well known in the Western world, right?
제가 내그 출력해서 말해 시단으로 당지로 와.
And it's also something that is related with the general way. It's not only attached to the religion.
Okay, homework. You forgot homework.
Okay, so the first question was
I don't remember.
With respect to the divisions of the application of the knower basis, for the first four, give an example of the first four divisions in terms of the object.
Okay. Who else? Deborah?
So, it was like a stop, you're supposed to stop adhering to basis of the attributes form or so forth, true existence. I said, example would be my shoe lacks true existence.
가로 저어디 가로.
No, we're not laughing at your answer. We're
No, no,
laughing
no.
at our question.
Yeah, it's very So, for an example.
Can you read that again? The question?
Yeah, so the 10 divisions of the application of the knower basis, the first four that relate to the object, we had to give an example. It said give an example. in terms of-
시식이 최초로 해.
So,
시도시 죽어. 시도시 죽어로.
그래. No basis, the four, was it 10?
the divisions of the applications of the knower basis.
Application of no basis. 알레레레.
Yeah, so
남도
so
저기
we divided there
남도
in 10,
가르사.
and the first four are by way of the object.
그래.
그래. 람시?
람시는 시시래네.
I was really confused. I wrote down, give an example of 4 types
알레
of
더
objects.
덤버드려죠. 너도 더. 가서
Wasn't sure what it was. I think we got it.
시식이 좋았어요. 시식이 좋았어요.
Listen to it before I posted them.
시식이 좋았어요. 시식 좋아라 추어라. 시식 좋아라 가르 주도 주셔다.
오케이.
시식이 좋아라.
오케이.
주셔다 주나는 가서
여기디?
시식이 좋았습니다.
뭐야?
너기 시식 가서 님부 주기 시식도
제제 스스로 되자고 비죠와. 제제 못 되자고.
어디디디.
근데 이때는 뭐로? 아니 대가르셔.
그 당부 시기 같은 거랬어.
아니 제 당보디.
당부 시여라. 당부 시라. 나 주나는 나 되나는. 시식이 좋아 주여라. 주나는 당부 시기. So the first four, what was the question again?
It's to give an example for the first four in terms of the object.
제가 당보 아니 제제 스스로 되자. 당보 아니 다 뭐라 되자까 봐. 아니 니바 제주라 되자까 봐. 아니 somebody 예데 텐도 좀 맞어라 되자까 봐. 저와데 아니 얘네 이때인데 그러고 제주다 제주 차단가 되자까 봐요. 다 그러다.
주어도 가르다 대신하네.
그냥 찍으셔 말다. 찍은 대셔야 말다.
진실아.
찍은 대시.
So the question was to give example of one of these four
No, it said for each of the four.
for each. For each.
오케이. 다들 당보 쳐야 돼. 당보 치셔야 돼.
So what is the example of the first one?
I used the base, the form was my shoe lacks true existence.
그래서
당부도 열하다. 맞아 가다. 당부도 가다.
제시 수술화 되자까 봐요.
계시라. 속솔라. 또 뭐라는 함고 됐어. 함고 내버려 또 맞았어.
This exam, nice example. Okay. 제시 수술. 아니 쭉 대마트에 동어르다나 다 시당 걸어. zu코랑 대마트에 동어스. 다 아니 니바 가져 준다.
What about the second one? Stops adhering to the attributes, impermanence, and so forth.
글쎄.
메타스.
내지 못하도 주둑. 아니 되게 제시 내지 못하도 주둑란다. 제제 당부 제제란다 다 베스들라 그러고. 베스데 시당 주대주 대메트 동어를 해서요.
So the basis of attribute and the attribute, right? So the first one's talking about the basis of attribute, and so then the second one's talking about the attribute of that thing.
제가 추탄주 대마트 동어를 해서. 아니 당부 되지. 아니 다 뒤가 아니 베나 다 못하도 주둑라고 올라가이나 아니 제주사지.
뭐 농활단 말이야 그러다.
다 동안단 봐. 아니 누가데미 제주 아니 다야부터 지르려잖아 제주를 잡아서.
Yeah. So the first one is like, the basis of the attribute would be like true suffering, or the Four Noble Truths, right? And then adhering to the attributes, the attribute of the Four Noble Truths would be like the 16 attributes, like impermanence and so forth.
Okay. Then 샴바도 요.
Do anyone else has the answer?
Third or fourth?
Third and fourth?
Yeah, so I put true sufferings for first, and then I put the four aspects of true sufferings being impermanent suffering, empty, and selfless.
Yeah, that's good.
the
Second is good.
And then, so for the thoroughly complete, I guess, yeah, that one was confusing. So the realization of other
Somebody got it.
얘네 이때도 저것도 맞았어요. 간제 영원다. 영원다 용접 안에 demba 맞다 왔다 와서 이 방에서 영원 용접 네가 demba 맞다 왔다 와.
So that we talked about the other powered phenomena. We remember other powered phenomena, and well-established phenomena. So those are also empty of true existence.
안에 다 시와데 들리 demba 맞다 와 코라야 demba 맞다 와서.
And then the fourth one is the lack of true existence itself is also lack of true existence.
Okay. Okay. The second question.
What does difficult object of intent mean?
What's? 글쎄요.
제드샤카와. 제드샤카와래. 그렇죠. 눈바디라.
Okay.
So seventh one, right?
Okay. What is that?
So I wrote that although observing the exalted knower of aspects as ultimate, realizing that the object of intent as a conventionality. So,
Yes. Who else? Yeah. We have.
Yeah, I took it right.
Okay. What you write down?
The difficult object of intent is the difficulty of realizing the object of intent to be a conventionality, even though the result, the exalted knower of aspects.
Difficult.
It's right in the text.
What they say?
To be an object of intent, which is the ultimate.
글쎄.
Yeah.
뭐 걸렸어.
제가 군주 배치어 된 거 똑같아요.
so we're not able to observe the exalted knower of aspects as ultimate. We realize it.
Okay. What do you say?
We don't,
We don't what?
we don't realize that to be.
Where you write? Where you write on this?
Okay.
Where you found?
Bottom of page 23.
23, the bottom of page 23 is the last paragraph, last sentence.
네, 뒤에 홀라도.
Geshe Tenley 봐 마무리자 다녔다. 너자 진짜도 배 탑지 셔바는 다음에 똑같이. Okay, what do you say?
Well, it's like, so it's the difficulty that realizing that even though the object of intent is not observed as existing ultimately, it's the object of intent in conventional terms.
다 군주배 어디 더 것도 가오라서.
Okay. Bob. Deborah.
I'm not sure, I don't think I got it right, but I wrote, this is the difficulty of realizing that the object of intent is merely designated.
그래 다 가서 먼저 최도자 또 가와디 아니 가서 먼저 또 딱 잠들었어.
최대셔 와셔가봐.
최도자 또 봤어요. 최도자 유세요. 최도자 유대.
최대 샤와된 레번 남체대로 왔어. 가지 최대 샤와대 다두된 레번 남체대 임바지. 아니 다 대토야기 최대 아니 냠네대 셰카와 깔레카와에서 놓고 거다데.
So in simple way, to understand is that when we talk about the object of intent, what is the object of intent? Exalted knower of all aspects, right? So that's the object of intent. So it is a difficult, difficult, object of intent. It's like that object of intent is very difficult to achieve. Yeah, so that's to make it easier to understand, it's like that.
Okay. Another one?
So the last question was, we were supposed to form a syllogism. Oh, so taking the seven examples, the seven types of appearance.
Oh, yeah. You guys got?
With their similes, yeah.
You guys got it?
Take one and do a syllogism.
Who got it?
I did one. I don't know if I did it right.
Jen, you got? No, what's that? What you got it?
Yeah.
What you got?
I wrote, I took the first one.
Media.
Dependent arisings are mere appearances like dreams.
Okay.
Dreams are not truly existent. Therefore, dependent arisings are not truly existent.
Okay. How you say?
I wrote, so I used the example for number 2, and I said, the subject, the contaminated aggregates, do not exist truly due to being a collection of causes and conditions like an illusion.
Okay. Bob?
Contaminated dependent arisings are like a dream because while they appear, they do not exist in the manner in which they appear.
Mark? Oh, what do you have? Really? That's bad. Deborah?
Truly, this phenomena are permanent. Mirage is impermanent, so mirage is not truly existent.
그거 빼가지 것이.
Yeah, because
대범매대?
Megyu.
Media. Dema media. Yeah, good. Yeah, like or Howard?
I used number 1, and my example of it is that, so it's a contaminated dependent arising as the subject are not truly existent. So I use the example that, if I lust after chocolate and I want to eat chocolate, it's not really good for me or something. It doesn't exist. Just the way it exists in my mind is not how it exists.
No, you have to example one
So
of the they give there.
So the way we perceive it is.
Now, what's your example?
Is one.
Which one?
Is number 1. I chose number 1. Contaminated dependent arising as a subject are not truly existent.
Because?
So I used an example of just how our perception. So the dependent, so things don't exist the way we see them.
Okay. Karen?
Like for example?
Like you have to give example, not just.
So I used an example. My example was chocolate. So
No, that's
so
not
I
correct.
think
No, that's not correct.
It's
No.
Okay.
So no, in the first one is the example was the dream. So
I
like the
see.
dream,
Okay.
and then there is a second one has the like illusion. So
Alright.
the third one has a mirage. Like those are the example of the falsity,
I
right?
see. Okay.
So
Chocolate is chocolate, right?
I'm sorry.
Chocolate
chocolate's
is
a
chocolate.
chocolate.
Chocolate's chocolate. I guess I guess I did it incorrectly.
No. Chocolate exists, right?
Chocolate exists, but it doesn't exist the way I perceive it.
No, chocolate exists, we can eat, right?
Correct?
But dream is not true, right? Chocolate is true, dream is not true.
Right.
You cannot put that together, right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I did it wrong.
Okay. Julia, you have? You have? Karen? Okay, that's good. Anyway, tende kondo chedo was peje bena ngazo pena. Debshi deba meti tende bshi pena mulmshin pena ranyejes pe kawaja was.
Yeah, I mean all this example can be applied to any kind of things that lacks true existence, right? But we grasp it as existing truly. So you can say, this book, or this iPad, or this cell phone doesn't exist from its one side because it's like so and so, and just like a dream or just like an illusion, just like a mirage, like that.
Okay, next week question.
That's it for me.
Okay, next week question.
Okay.
Tenbani jashite Lord Samchos.
Memorize the 4 close placement of mindfulness.
Okay. Okay, everyone got it, right?
Yeah.
Mark, you got it? Okay. And the Tenbani gombe ta gubakares.
And then what is the purpose of meditating on 4 close placement of mindfulness?
Okay. Tenbani jalana karla gores. Why you got Tenbani?
What does close placement of mindfulness means?
Okay, it's clear? It's one clear, right? Not confused? Okay. So Tenbani gomni tigiya nyamnyondo tet siya iwa cheshos.
And then the fourth one is meditate on four close placement of mindfulness, and then write down your own experience.
Which one make more sense to you? Which one make what you call
Which of these four is more helpful to you, to your mind?
Okay. Mark,
Yeah.
do you write?
Oh, yes.
I'm coming to knock door tomorrow. Okay, you do it. Are you doing? Okay, Sera Je Method, religion, you the Jemade, Saji Chete Mede Bawayan, Dogan Namdo Shindashi Project, Idan Gara, Namudala Kanayata, Mo, Karabe, Corvation Brother, Penda the woman. She is the one thing the Jamsha, basically about the danger, Chi, Gawandi, and you she is the one to vision, Dovachi. The Salam Cobra show, we made the vegetation, to make him Ombajaba, the woman religion. Kanchin Gibe Jetsun Gabalo Santa Beja Loso and thank you, good night. Okay, sorry, take more time. Slowly, okay?